Hello, everybody. Today we're going to continue our exploration of radicals. So we're going to move on to adding and subtracting radicals. There are two things to keep in mind, two key ideas. The first key idea is like terms. You can only add and subtract like terms, kind of like you were doing when you added and subtracted variables like x and y. You can only add x to x's to x's and y's to y's. The other key thing to remember is to simplify. All right. And always make sure that your final answers are finally simplified. So if we start over here with number one, you can see we have the square root of 54 plus the square root of 54. They are like terms. Like terms means they have the same value under the radical sign. And so when I add 1 square root of 54 plus 1 square root of 54, I end up with 2 square root of 54. There's the idea of like terms. Okay? Now, the second idea is simplify. We got to go back and take a look. Is there something that we can do? Can we pull a perfect square out of 54? And so the answer is yeah, we can pull out, let's see, how about a 9 and a 6? 9 times 6 is 54. 9 is a perfect square. 9 will become 3, and we still have that 2, and we still have that square root of 6. Now keep in mind, all of these are being multiplied together right here. So 2 times 3 is 6, square root of 6. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there is your final answer for that one. You added them and then you simplified them. Now, if you look over here, we see that we have a square root of 12 and a square root of 27. So they are not like terms. So as they are, we cannot add them together or subtract them. But if you take a look at it, you got the square root of 12 and the square root of 27. They break down into the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. 27 breaks down into the square root of 9 times the square root of 3. 4 and 3 for 12, 9 and 3 for 27. Square root of 4 is 2, so 12 is the same as 2 square root of 3. Square root of 9 is 3, so square root of 27 is 3 square root of 3. Now we have like terms. Square root of 3, square root of 3. 2 plus 3. Our final answer is 5 square root of 3. Okay, so there's the adding together. Now, when we get down here, same idea. Okay, we take a look. I'll just do two quick examples. Once again, we do have some like terms here, so we can put those together right now if we'd like. There's no like term with the 3 square root of 27, so 3 square root of 27 minus square root of 8. Okay, because that's 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And now we take a look and say, hey, wait a minute, I got 27 and 8. Both of those have perfect squares, so I have to simplify. 3 square root of 9, square root of 3, square root of 4, square root of 2. All right, we break down the 27 here. We leave the 3 outside. 8 is 4 and 2. Square root of 9 is 3, so this becomes 3 times square root of 3 minus 2 square root of 2. Multiply those together. 9 square root of 3 minus 2 square root of 2, once again, is my final answer. Okay? Now, this one's going to be like the one we did. Whoops, not even in there anymore, huh? So this one's like the one above it. We have no like terms like we did over here to combine right away, so we're going to have to simplify all this. The key to these is to remember this is a negative 2, and again I'm going to 54 square root of 9 square root of 6 minus 3 square root of 4 square root of 5 minus 3 square root of 9 square root of 5. Okay? Notice that I bring the negative 2 down and I break this 54 apart. I bring the negative 3 down, I break the 20 apart. I bring the 3 down and I break the 45 apart. Okay, now This becomes 2 times 3 times square root of 6. The square root of 9 becomes 3. Minus 3 times 2, square root of 5. Again, that's multiplying. Minus 3 times the square root of 5. When you have these two numbers out here, again, keep in mind, these are all multiplication. So this will become negative 6 square root of 6 minus 6 square root of 5 minus 9 square root of 5. Now we go back to the idea of it's all simplified now. Now we go back to the idea of like terms. Square root of negative 6 square root of 6. No like term with that one. So negative 6 square root of 6. Negative 6 minus 9. Negative 15 square root of 5. Final answer, ladies and gentlemen, is negative 6 square root of 6 minus 15 square root of 5. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to jump into the office hour when you're trying your homework. All right, thank you. Bye.